Hello, it's Rick Phelps again. Oh, I gotta turn down this. There, that's better. Glare on my glasses. I always turn down the. Anyway, I fixed it. Let's see. February 4th, Friday, thank goodness, I guess. Really doesn't matter to me because I don't have a job, but it is Friday. Weekend's coming up. Um, my balloon release is going to be today for sure, so that's a good thing. I wanted to bring up a couple things. I wanted to mention a couple things on today's video about being diagnosed with EOAD or Alzheimer's or dementia or whatever. I know when I was first diagnosed back in June, I think it was, we knew, I especially knew, that there was problems long before the day of the diagnosis. I mean, I'd been having problems for, we figured, about 6 years, but it progressively got worse. Thus the neurologists and all that testing that I went through, but I knew before that. One of my hardest obstacles was convincing people that I had a problem. I mean, I didn't want to be diagnosed with EOAD. I didn't even know what EOAD was, matter of fact, but I knew there was a terrible problem. I couldn't remember nothing. I was having problems remembering everyday things, names, dates. It was just crazy. It's like that today. As a matter of fact, it's worse today than it was back then. But the deal is, if you think you have a memory problem, well, you probably do. I mean, it's pretty common sense. Like I've said before, this is not forgetting where you put your car keys or misplacing your wallet or something. This, what happens to me and people in my condition with Alzheimer's or EOAD, you forget things constantly, all the time, every day. You forget things in mid-sentence. It's just craziness, and it's not I think the hardest thing with this disease for me is having people around me, friends, family, and everybody like that, trying to explain every day what I go through. I mean, I have people ask me all the time, well, how you doing? Well, I'm not doing any better than I was yesterday or last week or the week before that. It's not going to get any better. It's going to get worse. Now, do I wish I was better? Well, yeah. I hate this. I hate not remembering stuff. I hate fumbling around this house by myself and forgetting things and doing this and doing that, just crazy stuff. But it's the trying every day to explain, not only to Phyllis June, and she listens, and she's a good caregiver. I just love her for the things she does for me. And I know she gets tired of me trying to explain myself because she lives with me, but it's hard to do. Like I said, we've got, there's well-renowned doctors all over the world that can't explain this disease. How do they expect someone in my condition to? I try to tell people that, that the thoughts that go through my mind or why I do some of the stuff I do, and I don't know why I do it. So it's hard. That's one of the toughest things for me with this disease, is try to explain. I don't know. It's just tough. I mean, just like I'm not sick at all, and I used to work 2 jobs. Now I don't work any job, and that's real hard. Especially when you're not sick. Well, I'm thankful I'm not sick, that's for sure. But it's just tough getting up every morning and watching your wife get ready to go to work, and then sitting here and wondering, well, what am I going to do now? But like I said, I keep busy. I try to keep busy. I do little things around here, run the sweeper and make the bed and try to keep the laundry up, this, that, and the other, and she appreciates that but we've always done that. Ever since we was married, we helped each other out, and it gave us more time for each other. But I do a lot more of it now because there's nothing else for me to do. I'm sure when spring gets here, it's going to be better. I can get outside and things like that. But I wanted to touch on that. A a girl mentioned today in Memory People post, you know, if you have a broken leg, people see that, or if you have a head injury, your head's all wrapped up or whatever, people see that and they understand. But when you have a memory problem or a cognitive problem or things like we have, it's people don't understand that. They don't get it. I know they don't, but I guess that's where the awareness comes in at, and that's what we've been trying to do with Memory People and this whole, the videos and everything. Like I said, I try to explain to people what I go through or what others with this disease may go through, and I keep telling people that everyone's different. Just because this is how it affects me, there's people that's a lot worse off than I am, and there's other people that maybe just have a little bit of dementia, just forget things, you know, occasionally. But with me, I don't, they say EOAD. Now, what does that mean? Early onset Alzheimer's disease. I don't know what stage I'm in. Some days I think I'm way, way beyond stage 1 or 2. And then other days I'm like, wow, you know, this hasn't been a bad day. But even on my good days, I forget things constantly. That's the way this disease works. I can't think of the words I want to say, or I can't think of, you know. Think of the time when you're sitting around with somebody talking about something and you can't remember say a movie that you watched and you wanted to try to remember who was in it or the title of the movie or a song that someone sang a few years ago that you really liked but you couldn't remember the artist's name. Well, that's what people in my condition goes through all the time, except it's not songs and movies, it's everyday things. You know, like I've said before, I walk into the bedroom, bathroom, whatever, you know, and I truly don't know why I went in there. If I'm sitting here in the kitchen, I'm thinking, well, I want to go get, I don't know, whatever, a different shirt, or I got to go get my keys or whatever. By the time I get to the bedroom, I don't know why I'm there and what I was supposed to be getting. Like I said before, it doesn't happen every second of every day, but it happens hundreds of times a day. I mean, hell, there ain't no way I keep track of it, and I can't even figure out what day it is 90% of the time. And like I said, I lost the concept of time a couple weeks ago now, or 3 weeks ago. I can look at my watch and it says 9:15, but now that doesn't, I know what that means, but the concept of time just, it's just hard to explain. I wish I could. Maybe I'm a bad one to even try to explain it, but that's the deal. It's my job now, like I said, with Memory People and these videos, to try to get awareness out there. And one of the toughest things to do is if you're a caregiver, it's tough for the patient to try to explain what they're going through. I mean, you got to remember they've got a memory problem and things like that. So it's just almost hard, or not impossible, to explain, especially if you're in the later stages and you do off-the-wall things. You know, I mean, you just got to remember it's not the person. The person is slowly. You're losing that person slowly, day by day, and it's the disease that's taken over. And that's the bare truth of it, as tough as it is to believe. But I just told my wife last night, we was with some friends of ours, and I said, this summer we're going to do something. And Phelps was like, well, you make it sound like you won't be here next summer. Well, that ain't the deal. The deal I worry about is I want to spend as much time with my wife and my family as I can. I know I'm going to be here for several more years, but I don't know if I'm going to remember several more years. I mean, I have a tough time remembering everything now, and I don't know what it's going to be like, say, next summer, let alone this summer. So we're going to do more things than we generally do. I'm talking about a trip to Nashville and just 3-4 day excursions. Get out, do things together. That's what needs to be done. You need to change your lifestyle if you got this disease. That's the first thing one of your counselors or not caregivers, but caseworkers or whatever, that's what they told us. You need to make extreme changes in your life. You need to do what you want to do, because it's ticking. The time is ticking. Now, they don't tell you that you're going to lose your mind next month or next year, but you need to make drastic changes in your life, and that's what we're going to do. Me and Phil spend a lot of time together. We always have, but I'm really going to focus in on that this spring and summer. We're going to do a lot more stuff together that we enjoy doing, because next summer or the summer after that, I may not be able to or remember it, So, all right. Well, I've been rattling on here for 10 minutes or so, and it's February 4th, Friday. I'm going to go down and get my balloons today because it doesn't look, I think it's going to be a pretty clear day today. I'm hoping so. And we'll do that, and I hope everyone has a good weekend. And like I said, if you haven't joined Memory People, please do. If anybody in your family or you know someone, I mean, you don't have to be a caregiver, you don't have to be a patient to join Memory People. You need to be caregiver, patient, advocate, things like that. In other words, if you know somebody and you deeply care about people that's affected by Alzheimer's, by all means, because we're all there. We're up to about 230 or something. I didn't check this morning, but 230 members or something like that. And each and every one of us have a deep, whatever the word is, well, we all care about people that's affected with this disease and the caregivers that have to deal with these patients every day. Like I said, not only do we share stories, good and bad, but most of all, we offer support for one another, and that's what it's all about, and bringing awareness, of course. So if you're not a member and you want to be, remember Phelps, Phelps 2645 at gmail.com. That's my personal email address. Just drop me an email. And if you're not on Facebook, obviously you got to join Facebook to be a member of Memory People, because Memory People is a spin-off of Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, or you know someone it is that wants to get into Memory People, have them drop me an email, and I'll see they get joined up. It's a good thing. This disease, I want to mention this real quick. I was talking to somebody the other day that this disease is sort of like it's coming out more, but it used to be you could associate Alzheimer's with being raped. If you know someone that's been raped, or I know I dealt with many rape cases when I was in law enforcement, and it was like taboo. Nobody talked about it. The victim, of course, didn't talk about it, nor anybody around them. Well, that's sort of like how Alzheimer's is, and that drastically needs to be changed. This is a disease where it needs to be brought out, and everybody needs to talk about it. It's never going to get any better if awareness is not brought up. So I think it's being changed slowly but surely, and we're certainly trying to make a change in it with the awareness that we have on our website. But like I said, I was telling somebody when I mentioned that association with rape, they just couldn't believe it. And I'm like, well, think about it, because it certainly is. I mean, some people think they have Alzheimer's, that it's embarrassing or whatever. And believe me, it's not. You're sick. That's all it is. You didn't ask for none of this. You're sick and you need some help, and you're going to need more help as time goes on. So you need to reach out for that help, and you need to get educated about this disease, and your caregivers need to get educated. That's a good thing to remember too. Oh, well, I got to go. It's Friday. Have a good weekend. See you. Bye.